Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Hogan's Heroes. Now, I know a lot of you will immediately look at the thumbnail and title this video and be like, what is Rick9G talking about? Did he make a complete mistake in this video? No, I will tell you I did not, because this is a very interesting fact and tidbit that I didn't even know. But when I found out, I was really amazed because I'm a fan of both Fred Flintstone and Hogan's Heroes as well. I previously also made videos on cartoon voice actors that appear on shows like I Love Lucy and so forth, so this follows in the same vein. And you may be surprised if you are a Hogan's Heroes fan to know that this actor was Fred Flintstone. Now, many individuals have played the character Fred Flintstone, even in live action, including John Goodman and many others. But when many people think of Fred Flintstone, they think of one man, and that is Alan Reed. He is pretty much the quintessential Fred Flintstone. But after Alan Reed, who would you pick as the quintessential Fred Flintstone? And that's this man. This is Henry Corden. Now, Henry Corden has a huge rap sheet in terms of his credits in movies, film, TV. He is pretty much everywhere. He was even a voice actor up in the 2000s, starring in many popular cartoons and TV shows. And yes, he makes appearances in Hogan's Heroes as well as many different characters, including some German soldiers, German officers in fact, as well as some German doctors. Now, I do want to also let you know what he thought about being on the show. I will leave that to the end of all his appearances. Now, this is the man, Alan Reed, playing Fred Flintstone.
He's out of his mind. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Here's our highlighted friend of this video, Henry Corden.
It's a juicy charcoal broiled stegosaurus steak. Yabba dabba doo.
Mr. Corden's first appearance is in the episode Movies Are Your Best Escape. Now, this is a really funny one in which Hogan wants to get a peek at the documents that a visiting general has. And so they make up this whole plot about making movies at the camp, which is all staged and faked, of course. And this general, of course, is played by Mr. Corden, who does an amazing job. I remember the first time seeing this episode, I was kind of scared of him. He has this pompous and very authoritarian style to his character, which is, you know, it comes off as a little intimidating, and it really comes through the screen, and it really goes to show his acting chops, because his other appearances are not necessarily like that. Next, a tiger hunt in Paris. Now, he only appears in part 2. Now, this is my favorite appearance of his on Hogan's Heroes. In this episode, they try to free the underground agent Tiger in Paris. Now, Hogan has to find help from a Parisian fortune teller and also enlist the aid of a man who's a look-alike for the police chief Himmler. And this is amazing because here we have Henry Corden playing this, of course, look-alike, so he's not really Himmler, obviously, but it's just really entertaining to watch him because he's kind of a doofus and he plays the character very differently from the previous appearance that I tell you about, and he's just a jokester throughout it, and he's obviously making fun of Himmler, so it's great. In the episode Will the Blue Baron Strike Again, we have Mr. Corden playing, of course, the Blue Baron, which is a play off of the Red Baron. Now, in this one, Hogan tricks Klink into throwing a party for this German World War I ace so that Hogan can find the location of his headquarters. Again, Mr. Corden moves to the intimidating, very high-ranking official, and he does a really good job, and I think his play off of both Klink and even Hogan are very great in this episode. In my opinion, a very underrated episode of Hogan's Heroes. It's called Up in Klink's Room. Now, in this one, Mr. Corden does not play a German officer. He actually plays a doctor, a regular, just German civilian doctor. In this one, Hogan goes to the hospital to get information from a wounded contact. And this is where we see Hogan, Klink, Schultz, everyone interacting with Mr. Corden's doctor character, and again, he plays kind of a buffoon type doctor, kind of a very inept man, and it is very, very entertaining to see. You should watch this episode if you've never seen it before. In the last and final appearance, he is in the episode The Kamikazes Are Coming. Now, in this one, the heroes have to figure out how to get a new type of rocket back into England. He plays another doctor, but this time a scientific doctor is working on a rocket. Pretty nice appearance by him, and again, playing a bit of a buffoon type character. I suggest all these episodes because you do see how his range is in terms of his acting chops. He's really good playing one end of the spectrum to the other, and I highly suggest watching. Now, according to Henry Corden himself, the most difficult aspect of working on the show Hogan's Heroes was trying to keep a straight face. Yeah, believe it or not, it was sometimes so difficult in a particular scene that was really funny not to laugh. Because they would try to keep the laughter in, a scene would start, but then they would break character and start laughing, they would have to cut and reshoot. It was especially difficult, according to him, with John Banner. He had a wonderful laugh and very contagious. Now, this would happen very often when he was on the show, but somehow it was all done and everything was fine. Those are his words. Now, Corden added that the friendly atmosphere aided to make his job a lot easier than it should. He never noticed any type of bickering or animosity, but if you goofed off in any way, it was no big thing. No one really had a problem with it. If you feel free to goof, then you're also free to create. And he saw this a big inspiration for him to be able to latch on to his character. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Henry Corden and the many characters he played on Hogan's Heroes, as well as the awesome Fred Flintstone in the cartoon show. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this where I highlight certain actors and characters in these awesome classic TV shows, just let me know down below in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, guys and gals, and don't forget to always stay positive, always better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful.